Hello everyone, welcome to Automotive Review. Today we take you back to the golden era of American muscle cars as we explore the iconic 1970 Ford Mustang, a car that captured the hearts of enthusiasts around the world and continues to be a symbol of raw power, aggressive styling and American freedom. The 1970 Ford Mustang represented a critical point in the Mustang's evolution, where the pony car grew bolder, wider and more muscular compared to its earlier models. Ford knew the competition was heating up, with rivals like the Chevrolet Camaro and Dodge Challenger making waves in the muscle car segment, and they responded by refining the Mustang's design and performance to meet the demands of the era. The 1970 model year brought subtle yet impactful changes to the Mustang's exterior design. It featured a more aggressive front fascia with a revised grille that included dual headlights integrated into the grille itself, giving the car a fierce and intimidating look. The hood scoop designs became more prominent depending on the trim level, adding to the car's performance image. The rear end showcased updated triple tail lights that retained the Mustang's signature style but with a more squared-off appearance. Overall, the 1970 Mustang looked lower, wider and meaner than ever before. Under the hood, the 1970 Mustang offered a range of potent engine options catering to both casual drivers and serious speed enthusiasts. The base models came with the reliable 200 cubic inch inline-six engine, but the real excitement came with the V8 powerplants, starting with the 302 cubic inch V8 producing a respectable 220 horsepower and moving up to the famous 351 Windsor and 351 Cleveland engines, which offered enhanced performance and power. The true monsters of the lineup were the legendary 428 Cobra Jet and the 429 Boss V8 engines. These powerhouses delivered brutal acceleration and became legends in drag racing and street performance circles. The 1970 Mustang also introduced the Boss 302 and Boss 429 models, designed specifically to compete in Trans Am and NASCAR racing respectively. The Boss 302 was a street-legal race car featuring a high-revving 302 cubic inch V8 engine, race-tuned suspension and aggressive styling, while the Boss 429 was a homologation special created to make the 429 cubic inch engine eligible for NASCAR competition. Both models are highly sought after today by collectors and muscle car fans. Inside, the 1970 Mustang offered a driver-focused cockpit with a sporty 3-spoke steering wheel, bucket seats and an available center console. Options included wood grain trim, AM/FM radios and even air conditioning, giving drivers a touch of comfort to go with their car's performance. The Mach 1 package added even more flair with unique badging, competition suspension and an aggressive shaker hood scoop that made a bold statement both visually and on the streets. The driving experience of the 1970 Mustang was pure muscle car with raw torque, aggressive exhaust notes and a sense of power that few cars of the time could match. The handling was improved over earlier models with better suspension tuning and wider tires, but the Mustang still maintained that old-school feel of heavy steering and a powerful rear-wheel drive setup that demanded respect from the driver. The 1970 Mustang also offered several special edition packages, including the Grande, which focused on luxury with plush interiors, and the Sports Roof Fastback, which gave the car a sleek aerodynamic silhouette that became one of the most recognizable profiles in automotive history. The convertible version also remained popular, allowing drivers to enjoy open-top cruising with all the style and performance the Mustang had to offer. Despite the looming pressures of emissions regulations and rising insurance costs, the 1970 Mustang stood as one of the last pure muscle Mustangs before the industry began shifting towards smaller engines and tighter restrictions. This made the 1970 model a true high point in the Mustang's legacy, blending style, performance and attitude in a way that few cars could replicate. Today, the 1970 Ford Mustang remains a highly desirable classic car. Enthusiasts and collectors cherish these machines for their historical significance, raw performance and timeless design. Whether it's a fastback Mach 1 Boss 302 or a convertible cruising down the highway, the 1970 Mustang captures the spirit of an era when cars were loud, bold and unapologetically powerful. Owning a 1970 Mustang today is like owning a piece of American history, a connection to a time when the open road called for speed, style and freedom. Many owners invest countless hours restoring these classics to their former glory or modifying them with modern upgrades while keeping the soul of the car intact. The Mustang's massive aftermarket support also allows enthusiasts to personalize their cars to match their taste, from resto mods to concours level restorations. The influence of the 1970 Mustang can still be seen in modern Ford designs. The current generation Mustang pays homage to its roots with retro styling cues, aggressive front ends and powerful V8 engines that harken back to the golden era of muscle cars. The legacy of the 1970 model lives on in the hearts of car lovers and in the roar of every Mustang engine that takes to the road today. As we look back at the 1970 Ford Mustang, it's clear that this car was more than just transportation. It was a cultural icon, a symbol of freedom and rebellion, and a car that defined a generation of automotive enthusiasts. Whether you admire its aggressive design, its legendary engines, or its racing heritage, the 1970 Mustang stands tall as one of the greatest muscle cars ever built. Thank you for joining us today on Automotive Review. If you enjoyed this journey back to 1970 and the iconic Ford Mustang, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Mustang memories in the comments below. Until next time, keep the spirit of classic muscle alive and keep driving your passion forward.